Well met, people of the internet, and welcome back to In the Works, my sort of vlog rambling section of my YouTube channel. And first off the bat, I'd like to thank everyone who's liked and subscribed my videos. The channel has been growing slowly, and I appreciate your support. So, thanks guys. I really do mean that. I appreciate it. And who knows what happens. So anyway, this past week has been that weird mix of a week where I've had a lot to do, but it hasn't stressed... Stupid camera. Hasn't stressed me. So, it managed to get a bunch of stuff done. And it culminated this week, Friday at work, where I had to export a server, which, with any luck, touch all the wood, has gone off okay. And I think it has. It feels good. I have that network administrator gut feeling, which tells me everything's alright. So, that should be cool. Then, Friday afternoon, went out with a bunch of friends to a place, grabbed some beer. Grabbed a beer. I'm not a big beer fan, in actual fact. Give me something like Jack Daniels or some nice brandy, but I sat down with a craft beer. So delicious. Been so long. And initially when I was asked, I was like, meh, fan, I will go with you guys. So, wound up going with the guys. Wound up enjoying it. Sat around talking junk for about 2 hours. Got back home and kicked back with some Vigima games. As you can see, I did my loadout video popped up on my channel on Saturday. Game's a great arena shooter. I had a decent amount of fun playing it again. It had been a long time, and you forget how fun it is to just jump into an arena and shoot people. Thank you, video games. And apart from that, this weekend I viewed a lot of streams. Hey, wow. A bunch of Dawngate stuff. Actually, a bunch of Dawngate this weekend. And a bunch of Hearthstone. And actually, and even some StarCraft. And actually, the Dawngate MOBA, which is a new MOBA by Waygate? Let me have a look quickly. I don't want to do these guys a disservice. Waystone. By Waystone Games is... Well, I haven't played it yet myself, but it looks really good. It's like this weird mix between Dota and League of Legends. And it's bringing them together into something that's different. And it looked good. 2 lanes, a cool sort of equipment system. The heroes are designed really gorgeously, and apparently they've paid really good attention to the world they've created. So there's heavy lore behind it, but really, I'm about the mechanics of that kind of game. Like, give me some cool skill shots and some cool-looking heroes, and I'm there. So that looks pretty cool. You guys actually might even see a video or 2 of that coming up shortly. But it all depends on how the latency is, because I'm on the ass end of the world, so my latency is butts. And that makes filming sometimes pretty difficult. So we'll see. We'll see if that comes out. I played a bit of I wish I played a bit of Transistor. That's coming out next week, Tuesday, and expect a second Let's Play that covers that. The other one being A Walk in the Dark, which I started running last week, Tuesday, I think I posted it. So expect that to run with Transistor, and Transistor is going to be amazing. Supergiant Games, guys who did Bastion. I don't think they'll disappoint. The story looks good, the aesthetic looks good. I've pretty much kept in the dark about how it works because I want to be surprised. You know, it was like Bastion when you discover, like, what's this sort of indie title? Oh, wow, this thing's amazing. And I want that same kind of feeling with Transistor. So I'll be jumping into that Tuesday. What I meant to say was I was actually playing some Ring Runner, which is a weird sort of top-down space shooty game, which initially I thought had terrible controls, but after rebinding them, it works pretty well. And I had a bunch of fun with that. Like, the ships felt quite different, and I recommend checking it out. It's on Steam. It's a bit pricey. You might want to wait for a sale, but it's actually a hell of a lot of fun. It's got a gorgeous soundtrack, if you want to get that. Which I've been sort of longing for a bunch of video game soundtracks. I mean, I've been listening to the Awesome Nauts one a ton lately, but I've fallen for that game, like, head over feet, if that's a saying, because it's just... I love its look, I love its aesthetic, its games are super fun, and you guys are definitely going to see more videos of that. I'm probably going to do like a bit of a character showcase kind of thing, where I'll be going through each hero. Well, you'll at least have a match of me playing each hero, including some which I'm just terrible with. Yuri, for example. He's a space monkey, though, so he gets bonus points for that. Other than that, things that happened this week that were pretty cool sort of in the gaming industry was Far Cry 4 was announced. That was a bit of a surprise. I wasn't expecting a new Far Cry so soon. And I mean, it's, mind you, I say that, but it's probably about 2 years old. Far Cry 3. But Far Cry 4, you know, I'm sure it's going to be amazing. It's got a lot to live up to, though. But that initial bit of promotional art they stuck out there with this dude in a funky purple shirt on a throne, whew, that was bad looking. That did not excite me about the game. I mean, when you looked at Far Cry 3, you had Voss on a beach, and Voss was that hard, like, oh, he looked like a badass. This guy looks like he's crazy. But, I think that might be what they're going for, though. I think he thinks himself a king if the story, if I heard parts of the story correctly. So it might fit, but I can't take a man that looks like that seriously. He has this square thing in the pink suit. Oh. No. But I hope he's a good character, because good villains tend to make good video games, provided the mechanics are there. So I hope it turns out to be good, but I'm pretty sure Ubisoft will not want to disappoint after its previous iteration. Other than that, man, I've been, like I said, it was that weird week at work, and it culminated a bit in the weakness on Wednesday when, standing outside, a buddy of mine looked down, and I wear open shoes a lot, like slops and short pants a lot, because it's coming to winter over here, but I love the cold. I'm like a Nord in that respect, natural resistance to it, but he got a lance down at my feet, and he's like, dude, do you have long toenails? I'm like, ugh, so I do have long toenails. So, spent the rest of sort of the workday hiding them under things, keeping them away, not showing them to people. So, curling my feet back when I'm sitting on the chair with them down against the floor. Was unpleasant that I managed to sort it out. Because, ew. So that at least was something. But again, that was probably the highlight of the sort of weird week that I had, or chilled weirdness that I had. And then, channel-wise, like I said, you guys are getting Transistor. There might be Dawngate playthroughs coming up. I want to do more Hearthstone. It feels like I want to do so much, but I just don't have the time. Because in addition to all the stuff I've been doing, like I've been doing fan art again, which has been great. Actually, the YouTube channel has been a big sort of boost for my creativity. I mean, I generally consider myself a creative person, to at least a fair extent. And I always used to feel guilty about playing video games. Because I was like, oh, you could always do something. I mean, they're fun, and I like them a lot. But I'm like, I could be doing something productive. But now that I get to make videos of it, I don't get that same sort of pang. It's like I'm actually building something out of this. Like, even the YouTube channel, sort of as a hobby, is just fun to build. You know what I mean? And it's always cool to get feedback from anyone, whether it's likes or dislikes or comments or whatever. It's fun. And with that sort of guilt lifted, I got more creative in my my digital art again. So I finished up a Pokemon piece, which I was working on from last year when I played Pokemon X when it came out, which is a great game. I fucking love that series. And it came out pretty cool. And now I'm busy doing some Awesome Lords fan art, actually, because I'm completely taken with that game. And that'll probably be up on my DeviantArt at some point during this week as well. If any of you guys want to check that out, it'll be down in the links below. So I'm actually very happy with how everything's going. You know, can't complain about much. Next weekend I'm going to be out at for friend's place though. We're going to be playing, a bunch of us are going to be playing board games. It's going to be so good. Going to relax maybe. I feel really in the mood for Agricola or Eclipse. I don't know. It's getting a bit of a collection back there. What I really need is a bookshelf. But I think, yeah, we'll see. We'll see what pops up. But it's getting pretty late, guys. I've recorded this far later than I should have. So I'm going to bid you guys adieu. I shall check you guys next week at the same time. If you like my stuff, click the like button, click the subscribe button. It's all welcome. Dislike if you want. I don't mind. And remember, stay young at heart.